All right, guys. So in this episode of Cuckoo for Cocoa Puff World, we have a story about girls at a Vermont Christian school who are being punished for refusing to play against a transgender student during the girls basketball playoff tournament. Now, the girls, okay, they're on the basketball team for a Christian school, okay, and apparently, upcoming playoff game, they had to play against a school that had a transgender individual, aka biological male, on the roster. And the girls decided that, hey, we don't want to play, right? We will forfeit a chance at winning a state championship. We're going to forfeit a playoff game because we don't want to play against a biological boy. So you know that they're serious about it, right? They're standing on their beliefs and their convictions when they do this. However, a woke principal association has decided to punish these girls by banning them from being able to participate in the state playoffs at all because they refuse to play against a transgender student. Take a look.
A private religious school banned from all state-run activities and athletics with other schools in Vermont.
Today, the Vermont Principals Association issued a letter to Vermont Christian School announcing the decision after the girls' basketball team refused to play against an opponent with a transgender student athlete. Channel 3's Christina Guessford joins us live now from the newsroom. Christina, you have the letter. What does it say?
Kat, on February 21st, the White River Junction-based school was scheduled to play Long Trail, a small co-ed college prep school in Dorset. This letter says forfeiting that Division IV playoff game violates VPA policies, which they say align with state law. Those policies, the first and second on the list of rules, commitment to racial gender fair and disability awareness, and policy on gender identity, respectively. This means the Eagles are ineligible to compete in all Vermont sports or interscholastic activities from now on. Vermont Christian's head of school, Vicky Fogg, justified the move in a statement to the Valley News, writing, quote, "We withdrew from the tournament because we believe playing against an opponent with a biological male jeopardizes the fairness of the game and the safety of our players." She continues, quote, "Allowing biological males to participate in women's sports sets a bad precedent for the future of women's sports in general." Fogg's rationale, the VPA says, is another reason why executive leadership today made this decision. Live in the newsroom, Christina Guessford, Channel 3 News.
Yeah, so I want y'all to understand how ridiculous this is. It not only applies to just the girls' basketball team, it applies to all sports at the school as a whole, right? So quite literally, everybody in the school, every athlete in the school is being punished because these girls decided that, hey, for our safety, and fairness of the sport and of the game, we don't want to play against a biological male because we all know what happens when women try to compete against men or girls try to compete against boys in sports. It does not turn out well for women. They either get hurt or they get just absolutely destroyed.
Please. Yes. And then they...
Motion!
The guy ran at 50 yards. Get him.
Oh! Oh my God!
Transgender will spike the ball in the girl's face. Here it comes. God! Man, you see her head go back? Yeah, I mean, the footage is blurry. Yeah, show it again. Man, they gotta see it again. No, show it one more time. Did you see the force where that ball hit in the face? Yeah. Look. Did you see that?
Watch out.
Ooh! Ooh! Ooh!
Nice, too straight. Go up now.
It's like 3, 2, 1. Just cheating.
Yeah, so you guys get it, right? Girls, when they compete against biological boys, get destroyed, right? They get absolutely destroyed, okay? It's unsafe and it's unfair for girls to be forced to play against biological boys. I don't care if they're trans or not. Doesn't matter. Biology matters. You're putting these girls and their lives in danger by forcing them to play with somebody of the opposite sex. And it's a damn shame that we live in a country, live in a society where these people force these girls to do this in the name of, well, it's discrimination if they don't, right? You're discriminating against them if you don't play. If you don't basically sign up to play an unfair game, okay, a game that, again, is more dangerous than it should be because you have to play against somebody of the opposite sex, then you're accused of discrimination. You're accused of being some type of bigot. You're accused of transphobia. And not only will you be punished, okay, but the whole school will be punished. Everybody else is going to be punished. It's absolutely ridiculous. Transgender athletes, okay, who want to compete in sports based off the gender that they think they are, right, that they believe they are, and not being allowed to do that is not discrimination, okay? You know why? Because they're allowed to play sports. They're allowed to play sports that matches their biological sex at birth, right? So they're not being discriminated against. Being discriminated against would say, hey, transgender athletes can't play sports at all. But the way they frame the conversation is if you don't allow trans people to play whatever sport they want to play, then that means that you're discriminating against them. And that's just not true, right? There are some sports where people are just not going to be eligible to play. They're not going to be on the team for a reason, okay? This is stuff that we worked out a long time ago. Like, for example, you're not guaranteed to be on the basketball team if you suck at basketball, right? Being bad at basketball makes you ineligible to play, okay? Just like, not being a girl will make you ineligible to play on the girls' basketball team. That's why we have a girls' basketball team in the first place. That's why it's segregated by sex in the first place. If we can just allow boys and girls to play on the same team, if it's co-ed, then make it co-ed. But it's not co-ed. It's separated by sex. But again, this woke principal association would rather punish not only these girls, but all the students in this school because they want to protect transgender athletes, right? They want to be woke. And I think the worst part about this, and I hope that this is not happening because this is a Christian school, is, if students in the school start to blame the girls, right? If they start going after the girls, attacking the girls, harassing the girls because they can't play sports because of their decision and what they decided to do, that's the worst part about this, right? Is if that school turns on the girls and tries to paint them as the bad people, which I hope doesn't happen. I don't think that's going to happen. But again, that is what this woke principals association is setting these girls up for, right? They're setting these girls up for harassment and hate and vitriol because they're standing up for their rights and they don't want to get hurt unnecessarily because they're being forced to play against a biological male. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. It really is that we live in a society like this. Again, women's rights is under attack, right? It's not under attack from so-called conservative men, okay? Like the feminists want you to believe. It's under attack from the woke revolutionaries who capitulate to biological males who believe that they're actually girls or women, okay? It's not actually the transgender person's fault because they believe what they believe. It's not their fault, right? You have to have people, the powers that be, that operate in common sense actually stand up for reality and say, hey, look, I understand this is what you believe. However, we can't go along with this. It's not safe. It's not fair. We're not going to do it. Again, I don't blame the transgender athlete. Okay, I don't blame them. Who I blame is the administrators, right? I blame the people that are in charge of this stuff and that allow this to happen. So again, shame on these woke principals. Shame on everybody involved in having these girls be punished and the school as a whole be punished because girls are standing up for their rights and they don't want to get hurt unnecessarily. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.